Hello friends, a warm welcome to my new video. Today we shall discuss some positive responses which is very essential for customer relations. Don't misunderstand, I'm not teaching you sales techniques. I'm dealing with the language part of it. What do you say and when? Let us see how we can deal with a customer who has a complaint. He's always a tough person to deal with. So, you should have certain language techniques. More than your service, it is your communication which matters. Whatever be the problem, hearing positive words have a psychological effect on the customer. As we all know, customer calls should be treated with empathy, not sympathy. When you empathize with a person, you find yourself in his position and experience his grief. When you sympathize, you look upon his grief standing a little apart, and whatever you do for him is a kind favor. So the attitude changes. So the call comes, you have to attend the call with a warm greeting and then reveal your identity. That is very important. For example, good morning, I'm Rishi, Customer Relations Manager of ABC Company. How can I help you? This how can I help you shows the eager tone with which you are dealing with the customer. He feels that you are eager to help him. Now you may be listening to an impatient customer because the customer is looking for a chance to use some harsh words at you. He may just give a hint of the problem. It may not be clear. You need more details. Instead of asking bluntly, give me more details, you will have to ask it in a very patient and polite way. That is, he himself has not identified the problem. You have to help him to identify the problem. How can you do that? First, you have to assure him, I'd be happy to help and find a solution. So he's eager to listen to you now. Then you will give a hint. It would be appreciable if you put in more details of the problem. There you have informed him that his complaint is not clear. He hasn't included the details needed. So you have to ask some questions to him in order to get the details. For that, again, you have to ask the permission from him because the impatient man will not take any questions from you. So you have to take his permission. Shall I ask some doubts regarding the nature of the problem? Now you have managed to make him talk and you can elicit the details of the problem. And he may be giving a long detail of the problem, and all feedback should be received with a thank you. That makes you more polite. So when you get the feedback, you can just say, thank you for bringing this to our attention. He feels important and he's ready to wait any long. And then you can say, please give me some time to get things right. So he'll be giving you a few minutes, but it is better if you give the exact numbers, which makes you more credible. Like, we shall get it done in a day, or please give us 2 weeks' time and the work will be done. It makes you more credible. There is a way to do it. You can also establish a rapport with a person by just having some personal talk, like, do you prefer to be called Sir, Mr. Dinesh, or by your first name? Though that call ends there, but unfortunately, your company didn't meet the customer's need. So, next comes a very spicy call from the customer. Here, you have to be very polite. Remember, it should not be an exchange of spicy talk. It should not be a competition of violent responses. No, because it is your fault. So, as the talk comes in, you can just say, I apologize for our delay in meeting your demands. Please note that it is not our usual way of doing things. So, you're saving your company's reputation. It happened somehow. You're just telling him to pardon them for this time. You can request him to wait until you find the reason for the delay. What will you say? I'm really sorry that the situation is disappointing. Once again, you're apologizing, which calms him down. Again, you're telling him, please give me 10 minutes of your time. Let me inquire the reason. So, again, the tone, the eagerness in your voice, everything makes him agree to your demand. You go and inquire the reason. Unfortunately, you find that the software cannot be fixed. Here, you have to be very careful because the exchanges which follow may affect your reputation as a customer relationship manager. How will you present it? It's already late, the complaint has not been attended to, and now they find that the software cannot be fixed. How will you present it? You have to give an introduction. I completely understood your problem. And then he'll be very eager to listen to what you're going to say. Sorry, it's not something we are able to rectify. What happens? He's not very happy to hear it. You can now imagine the fumes and flames. Here, you can again bring down the customer's anger. You can start with an apology. I'm sorry you have had to spend so much time on it. And then you have been a victim of a spicy language, but still you can assure him that you are of help to him. How will you do that? You can say you have really a clear style of presenting your problems. Then you can also make him important. How is that? We really appreciate your feedback. It helps a lot in our customer relations. So, what does he come to know now? That is, even though he has used some spicy language, even though he has shouted at you, all this has been of benefit, has had a positive effect on you. Then you can remind how valuable he is, and you can call him by the name, which makes him more close to you. You can say, Mr. Dinesh, you're one of our loyal customers. So I have suggested you to a prime group. Now he is interested. His interest is aroused. What is a prime group? And you can put forward a suggestion. We have launched a new software. You can avail it at a pre launching offer price. I don't think he'll take it very eagerly. He won't be taking it earnestly. There will be a deep silence. You have to bring him back from the silence. And that bringing back is as if he has agreed to the meeting. You can be a little more personal. When are we meeting so that we can study the product? Here he is forced to fix a date to meet you. Now you can ask him, tell me, what do you search for in our product? Now you can make him talk, be a good listener. Let him highlight the features that attracted him in the previous software. You can detail the features that may be helpful to him in the new software. You must try to convince him about the product. And still you don't know whether he agreed or not. What will you do? You have to just put in a bait to just understand whether he has agreed. You just say, I'm happy that we have been able to help you. If there is a positive response, he is ready to get into a deal with you. Okay, then don't prolong the conversation. You can just say, have a nice day, sir. I shall get back to you. So there we stop the conversation. After about 2 or 3 days, again the next call is made. This is your warm call. Why? Here everything is discussed earlier. You can avoid talking about the product here. And don't talk about sports and weather just to kill time. He may rethink and you will lose a customer. What shall you do? You can get as personal as possible. You can just introduce yourself. Mr. Dinesh, I am Rishi from ABC Traders. How is your business going? Here he'll be talking about his business, and we reminded him of the need of the software without even mentioning it because that software is an integral part of his business. He may talk to you as long as you want. Be a good listener. Meanwhile, the talk purchase on the software. You can take up the chance. Yes, I have gone through the product that we discussed and ensured that it meets your needs. Here his interest is roused. He may question you further. You may detail him about the product. Next is striking the deal. Don't prolong it. You can just say, our support engineer, Mr. Dayal, will reach you. Which is the best time to meet you, Mr. Dinesh? Here you're able to fix a date and then wind up. Before winding up, you can again be more polite. I'm not exploiting your valuable time. Thank you for being with us. Mr. Dayal will meet you soon. So, that is the end of the conversation. You have to note that we have to use formal but friendly language. Let the customer have a positive experience and they will share it with their friends and family, and you get a patron for your company. So now that's all for today. And once again, I'm reminding you it's not sales techniques, it's only the language which I'm highlighting for each occasion. So thank you for being with me and subscribe, please. Thank you.